Lucky you. You're about to have an eargasm. Are you ready? It's Thursday, September 12th, and today is National Grind Your Best Friend's Girlfriend Day. No, it's not. That's misinformation. I just made that up. All right, from Hollywood, it's the world-famous Mojo Elliott here to rap about the stuff nobody really gives a rat's ass about. We're rated A for Assholio! All right, so I'm into this new thing where I'm looking at existing products because everything's already been invented. So I'm trying to figure out how we can improve what's already been invented. So what do you think of this? Mike's Viagra Hard Lemonade. Marinate on that. Let me know what you think about it. For the fresh ears checking out the Rat's Ass Podcast for the first time, this is how the Rat's Ass Podcast works. You get to drive the content, not me. I'm going to blame it on you. Not blame it, but pin it on you. How's that? Think of it like responding to a social media post. But you email your comments, your observations, questions about any topic you choose, and I respond to them. No topics out of bounds either. It's impossible to offend me, but I challenge you to try. Political correctness does not exist in this dojo. You email them to ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. Now, you can hear the Rat's Ass Podcast anytime on Alexa, Spotify, and Apple, plus any other podcast app where you go check out your podcast. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Thursday, traditionally, unless you have a ghost in the machine like we've had. And it might be delayed a day, just in case, all right? All right, let's get into the cheese today. Now, keep in mind, I don't read your emails in advance. My producer, Fleabag, forwards me your name, where you're from, and converts your comments, observations, and questions so I can respond flying by the seat of my pants on fire. All right, let's roll the dice. We do this to determine how many emails we're going to read today. Because we do everything at random, man. We try to fly by the seat of our panties. Did I say panties? I mean pants. I'm not wearing panties, as far as you know. All right, we're going to do seven emails today. That's a good number for a Thursday podcast. All right, Randy S. from Youngstown, Ohio says, I'm letting you know the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio are also migrating to Youngstown. This is insane, dude. My family is scared shitless. Are we still living in America anymore? Well, Randy, I know Youngstown well. I was recruited to play basketball at Youngstown State. I was going to be a Penguin once upon a time. Just didn't work out. I went other places instead. But, I don't know. In a town with Ray Boom Boom Mancini, how can you not feel safe? But seriously, Randy, I grew up close to Steubenville, Ohio. So I'm familiar with Steubenville, I'm familiar with Springfield, and I know Youngstown, 60 miles north, damn well. So I can imagine, like any former steel town that we grew up in, you're dealing with a lot of people coming into our country. Now here's the problem that I see with all of this immigration, is that folks coming in are not coming to assimilate to the American way. They're trying to bring what they're used to, their cultures, into America. Okay, the Haitians believe in voodoo. They do eat animals. This is how they survive in Haiti. So when they came across the border in the United States, they didn't all of a sudden, feel the red, white, and blue and become sophisticated. Okay, so that's the problem. And this is, it's going to be a problem for a long time. And the only way you can fix it, Randy, is to hold the people who caused this accountable. That's all I'm going to tell you about that, okay? Susie, Woodland Hills, California, just down the road from me now. Hey, I'm getting people closer to me and where I grew up, listening to the Rat's Ass Podcast. That's nice. Thank you so much for that. Susie says, what do you think about... Oh, God. This is too serious. What do you think about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris for president? Taylor Swift can vote for whoever the hell she wants. That's her God-given American right. I don't give a rat's ass. Where I think it's wrong is when you have people influencing other people's vote. When you give up your vote because you follow somebody else's lead, to me, that's giving up your freedom to vote. You should learn, think on your own, and do it yourself. Okay? Fleabag. Did you just send me all serious stuff today? Come on, man. God bless. All right, Melissa J. from Hoboken, New Jersey. She says, I was having lunch on the boardwalk in Atlantic City a couple of weeks ago, and this middle-aged man walked into the dining room, dropped his pants, now we're talking, dropped his pants, and mooned everyone, screaming, who wants dessert? I figured you might like that story, LOL. Yeah, I did. That's a great story, Melissa. Thanks. Thanks for teeing that up, all right? Skeezix. Skeezix? Really? Is that your given name? Jonesboro, Arkansas, and I know it's bad for me to make fun of people's names, but hey, I don't give a rat's ass. I read your blog about 5 nice ways to ask girls out, and one of the comments was to write her a poem. It's kind of old-fashioned, isn't it? Skeezix, that's why you do it, because nobody does it anymore. You know, you meet a nice lady that you like and you want to impress her, you know, put some words that rhyme together, you know, charm the panties off of her. Do something that, it might be old-fashioned, but sometimes old-fashioned is new. What's old is new again, so give it a try. But it's got to come from the heart, if you know what I'm saying. I think you do. Bo in Katy, Texas. I'm down for living like you're... Oh, okay, got it. Thanks. This is a little bit of a long one here, but we'll do it. I'm down with your living like the 80s concept. I'm bald. Sorry about that, Bo. So the mullet is out, but I used to have a really good one. I looked up the ages of the original MTV VJs, so check this out. Alan Hunter, 67. Martha Quinn is 65. Nina Blackwood is 69. Mark Goodman, 73. Kurt Loder, he did all the rock news, remember? He is 78. And sadly, J.J. Jackson died in 2024 at the age of 62. That would make him 82 right now. But yeah, MTV launched August 1st, 1981, so it's been 43 years, so it makes sense that they would have some years behind them, huh? Wow, but that is a little eye-opening when you think about it. All right, Sophia V., Hamburg, Germany. All right, somebody from across the pond. I saw a picture of you on X, and you look like you have some German heritage. Is this true? Yeah, according to 23andMe, I'm English, Irish, and German with a hint of Blackfoot Indian. That's no joke. Which explains why I like fish and chips, beer, and celebrate Oktoberfest, probably, Sophia. But yeah, a little German heritage in my blood. Noah J. from Brussels, Belgium, said, I just turned 18 and recently started listening to American rock music. Who are some of the bands you recommend? Okay, well, I mean, I don't know if you like new rock, classic rock. I'll just give it all to you. And there are probably going to be a couple of bands in here that may not be from America, but we consider anybody in America American-made, just to let you know. But I like bands like, more current bands, I guess you would call them current bands, like Godsmack, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, love Metallica, especially when I'm working out. Shinedown, Foo Fighters are good. And as far as the classics, granted, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd are from the UK, love them. Van Halen, Aerosmith, and of course, from our neighbors to the north, Rush. That should keep you busy for a little while, Noah, but thanks for the email. Hope that helps. That's the cheese for today. And before we get into the extra cheese here, keep your comments, observations, questions coming, and I'll give you my 2 cents that makes no sense on the next podcast. Send them to ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. All right, here's your extra cheese. I promised I would watch Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest and give you some feedback whether you give a rat's ass or not. But, I thought it was good. You know, Ryan's a skilled broadcaster. He was a skilled radio personality, played a lot of games on the radio. So I think if you're a Wheel of Fortune fan, you might miss Pat Sajak. But Ryan's cool. Thought he was good. But here's the thing I want you to think about. And maybe you've thought about this and never, ever discussed it. It was just maybe a quick thought. Do you think Pat and Vanna did the dirty deed? I think they did. I'd be surprised if they didn't bump uglies a few times. You know, they had lunch before the first taping of the first show with Ryan. So I'm just saying there might be a little sexy sex between the two at once upon a time, maybe. Actor Will Ferrell is apologizing for dressing up as a woman during his Saturday Night Live skits. Why apologize? Those were funny. The only thing I can think of is Will must be up for a movie role that requires him to fake being woke. He's probably getting paid damn good to do it, too. But, hey, bottom line, Will, go make another Ron Burgundy film, please. We've only had 2. I think you can do 2 or 3 more, buddy. Come on. I guess thousands of people tapped in on ESPN sports host, ex-NFL Titan Shannon Sharpe's Instagram account to check him out having sexual relations with a lady. It was rumored by ESPN, it was rumored that ESPN fired him, and that's a false rumor. He did not lose his job over this, but he got a hell of a lot of views on his Instagram account. So, Shannon, good job for self-promotion there. In fact, I think if Skip Bayless would have done this, though, they would have fired him, because nobody wants to see that, man. Oh, I guess we're finding a theme here. Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl is taking heat for having a child with another woman outside of his marriage. Dave once called his wife his future ex-wife, and she was so impressed with that, she, I guess, fell for him over that line. But now she's got him by his monkey wrench. What do you think? Don't want to be your monkey wrench, Dave? Huh? You're her monkey wrench now, buddy. She's going to twist that wrench and bleed you dry. I watched a replay of the Video Music Awards last night. And I don't know if it's me or not, but do these award shows need some frickin' rock and roll debauchery? I mean, my God, I get more excitement out of watching Joel Osteen than these shows. Nobody cares what you're wearing. Can I just say that to celebrities? Everybody, what are they wearing? What are they wearing? Let's see what they're wearing. Who cares? Nobody gives a rat's ass. They only care what you're not wearing and who you're not wearing it with. All right? And I know what you're thinking, same as me. Who gives a rat's ass about this stuff? But that is your extra cheese for this week. And that's it for this episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast. Remember, gentlemen, when you hit the head, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. And if she shakes it more than twice, she's not interested. All right, email what you want to talk about on the next episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast to ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. Between podcasts, you can find us hanging out on the socials. Just search for Rat's Ass Podcast. We're going to do this again on Tuesday, September 17th, and that's the wrap.